Hurricane Irma, extraordinary British troops praised for helping devastated communities. Brigadier John Ridge, who has been coordinating the task force across the Caribbean, said he was tremendously proud of British-led relief efforts. More than 1,100 British troops are deployed in an operation stretching 1,000 miles from Barbados via Anguilla to Turks and Caicos. Most of the troops on Grand Turk are based at the island's airport, sleeping on mats, often inside mosquito nets, with no running water or electricity. Brigadier Ridge said, "The way they have just got stuck and has been extraordinary. I think it is incredible to go and see young soldiers, young Marines, young sailors, young airmen, interacting and doing amazing stuff, and not because they're told to, because they want to. That gives me tremendous pride." For them it has been a hugely rewarding experience. He said the damage varies tremendously across the territories. Janice Moore, 53 and originally from Leeds, said, "It really was like the cavalry were coming in when we saw them arrive. They're brilliant, they're a massive tonic, a massive boost." Lance Corporal Adam Wellstead, of the Royal Engineers, said, "The locals have been really supportive about what we are doing, making us food with what little they've got."
A second powerful storm in as many weeks was bearing down on a string of battered Caribbean islands, with forecasters saying that Maria had strengthened into a hurricane on Sunday. Maria should gather strength before hitting the Leeward Islands on Monday night. Maria was about 275 miles east-southeast of the Leeward Island of Dominica, with maximum sustained winds of 75 miles per hour, or 120 kilometers per hour as of 5 p.m. Eastern Time, according to the U.S. National Hurricane Center.
More residents who had fled the Florida Keys ahead of Hurricane Irma were allowed to return to their homes on Saturday, as authorities prepared to reopen Key West at the end of the devastated archipelago on Sunday. As Florida struggled to return to normal after the powerful storm struck this week, Governor Rick Scott ordered all nursing homes in the state to obtain emergency generators. In the Keys, Irma tore apart houses, flattened mobile homes, and pushed boats onto the highway linking the archipelago, prompting authorities to largely shut down access to the islands. Thousands of anxious residents who evacuated have been pressing to be allowed to return home.
Mexico just issued a warning to its citizens living in America. Mexicans were warned to take precautions after an illegal mother was deported during a visit with ICE officials in February. Guadalupe Garcia de Rios was arrested February 8 during a scheduled check-in with the Central Phoenix offices of Immigration and Customs Enforcement, and then she was deported. She previously was arrested in Mesa, Arizona 2008 for using someone else's social security number when applying for a job. Garcia de Rios first came in U.S. in 1996 at age of 14 and has been living here as illegal since then. Her husband is also illegal. So, when you are living here legally you can't be that shocked when get deported. She was convicted in 2009 of a non-violent felony. An immigration judge issued a voluntary departure order 2013, on grounds that Rios had no legal standing to remain in the U.S. Because of Obama regime, she made a deal with immigration to check every year and then every 6 months in order to stay in the country. During her last appointment, she was denied a leave. Ray Ibarra Maldonado, a Phoenix lawyer representing Garcia de Rios, thinks her deportation has 100% to do with Trump's executive order. He filed documents pleading with ICE to allow Garcia de Rios to stay, but those efforts were unsuccessful.
Belgrade, Reuters. Serbian gay rights activists marched with their first openly lesbian prime minister through the streets of Belgrade on Sunday, protected by police in riot gear as a helicopter flew low overhead. Senior government officials joined hundreds of revelers on the Belgrade Pride Parade, an event campaigners said was a test of the conservative Balkan state's rights record as it seeks to join the European Union. 7 years ago, hardline nationalists attacked people at the march, prompting authorities to cancel it until 2015. The European Union said in 2016 Serbia needed to do more to help minorities including Roma, disabled, lesbian, gay, bisexual and transgender people. Serbia respects diversity. My message is that the Serbian government is here for all of its citizens. The people have the right to march, Prime Minister Ana Brnabić said as marchers waved rainbow flags and blew whistles around her. Co-organizer Goran Mladic told reporters human rights had improved over the past decade. We still have to work a lot more to make it even better, he said. Homophobia remains widespread in Serbia and other societies in the Balkans. The head of the Serbian Orthodox Church last week compared homosexuality to pedophilia and incest. President Aleksandar Vučić, a former ultranationalist who has rebranded himself as a pro-Western reformer, said this week he had no intention of joining the march. Pride parades have largely passed without trouble in Serbia since 2015.
On Sunday, Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei said that Iran will not be bullied by the United States and will react strongly to any wrong move by Washington on Tehran's nuclear deal. On Thursday, U.S. President Donald Trump said that Iran was violating the spirit of the 2015 deal. Khamenei said Iran was standing firm and any wrong move by the U.S. will face the reaction of the Islamic Republic. Washington extended some sanctions relief for Iran on Thursday under the nuclear deal with world powers, but hasn't decided whether to maintain the.
On Sunday, Reuters reported that Russia's defense ministry has rejected allegations that it had bombed U.S.-backed militias in Syria. The ministry said that its planes only targeted Islamic State militants and that it had warned the United States well in advance about its operational plans. On Saturday, the U.S.-backed militias claimed that they came under attack from Russian jets and Syrian government forces in an area with an increasingly complex battlefield. The Syrian Democratic Forces said 6 of its fighters had been wounded in the strike.
On Monday, Reuters reported that the U.S. military has exercised bombing drills with South Korea over the Korean peninsula ahead of a UN General Assembly meeting to discuss the threats of North Korea's nuclear program. The military drills come after North Korea fired another missile across Japan and conducted its 6th and most powerful nuclear test. China has also said that they have begun naval drills with Russia not far from the Russia-North Korea border. On Sunday, the United States, at a UN Security Council meeting, said they may need to turn over the North Korea crisis to the Pentagon after exhausting all options.
E dall'udente momento poi spazio commerciale, ora il nostro back e deporte CBA.